Dear friends, English Literature Introduction to Drama, Arms and the Man by George Bernard Shaw. Brief questions with answers. Brief questions 1 to 51. Question 1. Who was George Bernard Shaw? Answer. George Bernard Shaw was a famous Irish dramatist. He was born in Dublin in 1856 and died in 1950 at the age of 95. He wrote 53 plays. Question 2. What did Shaw inherit from his parents? Answer. From his father, Shaw inherited his sense of humor. From his mother, a deep love and knowledge of music. Question 3. When did Shaw join Fabian Society? Answer. He joined Fabian Society in 1884. Question 4. When was Shaw awarded Nobel Prize? What did he do with the prize money? Answer. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1925, but he gave away the prize money to start the Anglo-Swedish Literary Foundation. Question 5. How did Shaw divide his plays? Answer. Shaw did not divide his plays into tragedy and comedy. He divided his plays into plays unpleasant and plays pleasant. Question 6. What do you know about the volume of Shaw's plays unpleasant? Answer. Plays unpleasant includes Shaw's 3 plays: Windwar's Houses, The Philanderer, and Mrs. Warren's Profession. The subject matter of the plays unpleasant are some unpleasant facts of social conditions that make life miserable. Question 7. What do you know about Shaw's volume of plays pleasant? Answer. Shaw's plays pleasant includes 4 plays: Arms and the Man, Candida, The Man of Destiny, and You Never Can Tell. The subject matter of Shaw's plays pleasant are the less serious aspects of society which can be changed by making pleasant fun of them. Question 8. What is the new drama? Answer. The new drama is a type of drama which started at the end of the 19th century and which deals with the realistic social issues instead of idealism of the traditional drama. Question 9. What is New Theatre? Answer. It is a theatrical organization which was established in London in 1891 in order to popularize the intellectual dramas of Ibsen and Shaw. Question 10. Why is Arms and the Man regarded as a masterpiece? Answer. Arms and the Man is regarded as a masterpiece both from the psychological and purely theatrical point of view. Question 11. What is the background of Arms and the Man? Answer. The play is based on the historical war between Bulgaria and Serbia fought in 1885. Question 12. What is the aim of writing Arms and the Man? Answer. The aim of writing Arms and the Man is to condemn war and its glorification and to prove that marriage is a biological necessity, not a romance. Question 13. When and where was Arms and the Man performed first? Answer. Arms and the Man was performed for the first time at the Avenue Theatre, London, on the 21st April 1894. Question 14. What did Shaw do to emphasize a word? Answer. If a word is to be emphasized, the letters of the word are equally spaced. The personal pronoun T is italicized to be emphasized. Question 15. What do you know about Shaw's use of apostrophes? Answer. Shaw omitted apostrophes with the exception in the case of its, I am, his. Question 16. What do you know about Shaw's style of spelling? Answer. Shaw reformed spelling based on the phonetics. For example, he wrote cigarette and reverie instead of cigarette and reverie. But sometimes he used older forms of spelling such as shoe instead of show. Question 17. What is Shaw's style of using dramatis personae? Answer. Dramatis personae is usually omitted in his plays. Names of the characters are not given till they appear on the stage. Question 18. Why is Shaw often criticized for his stage directions? Answer. Shaw is often criticized for his elaborate stage directions. Question 19. Why are Shaw's stage directions elaborate? Answer. His stage directions are elaborate because he wanted to give his plays a complete artistic existence as printed books. His stage directions are elaborate to help the mass of readers to understand his plays without any difficulty. Question 20. From where is the title of Arms of the Man taken? Answer. The title of the play Arms of the Man is taken from Dryden's translation of Virgil's epic, the Aeneid, beginning with Arms and the Man I sing. Question 21. A lady's bedchamber. I repeat it. Question 21. A lady's bedchamber in Bulgaria. Whose bedroom is referred to? What is Bulgaria? Answer. A lady's bedchamber refers to the bedroom of Raina Petkov, the heroine of Arms of the Man. Bulgaria is a small country in the Balkan Peninsula, Europe, the capital of which is Sofia. Question 22. What is the importance of the year 1885 in Arms of the Man? Answer. The year 1885 is important because the war between Serbia and Bulgaria took place in the year. The war started on November 14 and ended with the defeat of Serbia on November 19 at Slivnica. Question 23. What is Slivnica? Answer. Slivnica is a Bulgarian town about 20 miles northwest of Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria. Question 24. What is the Dragoman Pass? Dragoman Pass is a mountain pass in the west of Bulgaria. It provides an easy passage between Bulgaria and Serbia. Question 25. How the bedroom of Raina is furnished? Answer. The bedroom of Raina is furnished with costly Bulgaria and cheap Venice furniture. Question 26. What is Turkish Ottoman? Answer. It is a cushioned seat of a sofa without back or arms. It was first used in Turkey. Question 27. What articles of Raina's bedroom are Oriental? Answer. The bed cover, the hangings of the bed, the window curtains, and the little carpet, and all the ornamental textile fabrics of Raina's bedroom are Oriental, Eastern, and costly. Question 28. What article of Raina's bedroom is Occidental and cheap? Answer. The paper on the walls of the Raina's bedroom is Occidental, Western, and cheap. Question 29. How is the dressing table of Raina's bedroom? Answer. Her dressing table is made of planks of pine wood and covered with cloth many colors. Question 30. What are there on the chest of drawers? Answer. There are a pile of cheap novels bound in paper, a box of chocolate creams, a miniature frame with a large photograph, and a candle. Question 31. Her reverie is interrupted by her mother. What is reverie? What is reverie? What reverie is Raina in? Answer. Reverie means a daydream. It is a state in which a person seems to be lost in thought of something. Raina is in reverie because she seems to be lost in the thought of the romantic beauty of the starlit night and of her own youth and beauty. Question 32. Who is Raina's mother? Answer. Raina's mother is Catherine Petkov, an energetic and dominating woman with black hair and eyes. Question 33. Heaven's child. Who said this and why? Answer. Catherine says this to her daughter Raina. Seeing Raina standing on the balcony and exposing herself to the cold air, Catherine expresses her anxiety by uttering Heaven's child. Question 34. I'll catch you dead. Who is the speaker? What fear does the speaker express here? Answer. Catherine is the speaker here. Seeing Raina standing on the balcony, Catherine fears that her daughter may die by catching cold. Question 35. What is a tea gown? Who wears a tea gown on all occasions and why? Answer. A tea gown is a type of loose gown worn by women during a tea time. Catherine wears a tea gown on all occasions to imitate Venus lady. Question 36. There has been a battle. What battle is referred to here? What is the significance of the battle? Answer. The battle referred to here is the Great Battle of Slivnica between Serbia and Bulgaria. The battle is significant because it was won by Sergius, who is the lover and would-be husband of Raina. Question 37. How does Sergius become the hero of the hour and the idol of the regiment? Answer. By defeating the Serbians at Slivnica, Sergius becomes the hero of the hour and the idol of the regiment. Question 38. How does Sergius win the battle at Slivnica? Answer. Sergius wins the battle at Slivnica by means of his cavalry attack. When Sergius attacks the Serbs with his cavalry soldiers, the machine gun of the Serbs suddenly stops functioning. So Sergius becomes able to defeat them. Question 39. What is a cavalry charge? Answer. A cavalry charge is an attack made by horse soldiers. Question 40. You can't guess how splendid it is. Who said this and to whom? What does it refer to? Answer. Catherine said this to her daughter Raina. Here it refers to the cavalry charge made by Sergius against the Serbs. Question 41. How does Catherine describe the cavalry charge? Answer. Catherine describes the cavalry charge in her romantic light, that the brave Bulgarians with their swords and eyes flashing rushed down upon their enemies like an avalanche and scattered the helpless Serbs and their Austrian officers like chaff before the wind. Question 42. It proves that all our ideas are real. Who says this? What ideas are proved real? Answer. Raina says this to her mother Catherine. Raina had many high romantic conceptions about Sergius' heroism before his departure for the battlefield. Sergius' victory in the battle at the Slivnica proves her high opinion of him to be true. Question 43. From where did Raina derive her romantic ideas about Sergius? Answer. Raina derived her romantic ideas about Sergius from her reading of the romantic poetry of Byron and Pushkin, the English and the Russian poets, and her seeing of the sentimental operas at Bucharest. Question 44. What is an opera? Answer. An opera is a type of drama in which the actors make their speeches in musical verse, not in prose. Thus, an opera is a musical drama. Question 45. I doubted him. Who is the speaker? What did the speaker doubt and about whom? Answer. Raina is the speaker. She doubted about Sergius' heroic qualities and soldiership when he went into the real battle at Slivnica. Question 46. I was only a prosaic little coward. Who is the speaker? Why does she call herself a coward? As Raina is the speaker, she calls herself a coward because she had not the courage to believe in the heroism of Sergius. Question 47. For what type of man and woman, according to Raina, the world is a glorious world? Answer. According to Raina, the world is really a glorious world for the brave man who perform the deeds of romantic heroism and for women who love to worship them as heroes. Question 48. What happiness? What unspeakable fulfillment? Who says this? What happiness and what fulfillment are spoken of? Answer. Raina says this. She speaks of the unexpected fulfillment of her romantic ideas about Sergius' heroism. This fulfillment brings her joy and happiness. Question 49. Who is Loka? Answer. Loka is the maidservant of the Petrovs. Question 50. What kind of girl is Loka? Answer. Loka is a spirited woman. She is proud, bold, and haughty. Though a maidservant, she has not the spirit of a servant. Question 51. What is Tsar? Answer. Tsar is the title of the Emperor of Russia before 1917. Thank you friends for watching my video.